We've arrived at the Yas Marina circuit located on the Yas Island in the United Arab Emirates for the running of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the penultimate race of the 2015 season. Coming into this week, 3 drivers have made the news this week in Abu Dhabi. The first team news is that after so many seasons in Tier 2, current GP2 Championship leader Gabriel Gomez will make his long-awaited debut in 2016 as he has been announced to be driving for the American-based Haas team next season. Gabriel's had quite a fairy tale story in GP4OC, having started his career in 2008, specifically in the 4th ever GP4 GP2OC race, and has been in GP2 ever since. After a strong 2008 however, the next few years would prove frustrating for Gabriel as he struggled to keep up with his rivals in 2009 and 2010, and from 2011 struggled to adapt to the current generation of GP2 cars. It took him 5 seasons to finally get used to the car, and in 2015, despite a tricky start to the season, he was able to mount a championship challenge by taking 3 victories so far this season, which has now led him to have a golden opportunity to win the GP2 title at his home race in Brazil next week. His move to Haas next season will breathe a sigh of relief for him after so long in GP2, and will be looking to relish the opportunity next year. He'll partner alongside multiple race winner Evan Byrne, who was announced to be joining Haas from Sauber at the United States Grand Prix. As a result of this news, it means that both Kirishima DeRosa and Bartosz Klos will be leaving the team at the end of the season, with Kiro's name mentioned for a possible move to McLaren next season, but he'll have to compete with current driver Oliver Glazer for that seat, as the pair will be looking to become Yuri Martin's teammate in 2016. As for Bartosz Klos, it's a completely different story, and it leads us very nicely into our second team news, as luckily for him, another team came to his rescue, and he has been able to secure a drive in 2016. The team we are referring to is the fellow Ferrari powered team and Swiss outlet Sauber. Bartosz has had a very impressive rookie year despite not having the machine to prove that at times. The fact that he's currently last in the Drivers' Championship doesn't tell the full picture of Bartosz's season, as he has been able to have more pace than his teammate this season, especially in qualifying. His best moment this season has surely got to come in Germany, where he picked up his first ever points finish after making an impressive overtake on the Toro Rosso of Robert Hunter with just a handful of laps to go. He will be looking to continue his impressive momentum in 2016 with a team that has proven to be a solid midfield runner from time to time and look to add more points and impressive finishes to his resume. His signing to Sauber means that he and Evan Byrne have essentially swapped seats for next year. The question now remains on who Bartosz's teammate will be for next year, with 2 drivers more likely in contention for that seat. They are current Sauber driver Roberto Gamba and Bartosz's former Rapax teammate from GP2, Snezana Radovojevic. It'll be very interesting to see how this one unfolds next week. The final team news we have today is that despite competing initially for the second Red Bull seat, Chinese driver Rick Yan will remain with Force India for another year. Rick has had what is undoubtedly his best season in the top class with a team that currently lies 5th in the Constructors' Championship. He has scored 2 podium finishes this year, the first 2 podiums of his career in the top class, and currently lies 10th in the Drivers' Championship as a result of a few setbacks in the last few races. His best moment this season though has surely got to come during qualifying for the Singapore Grand Prix, where he took his first ever pole position in the top class and took Force India's first pole since Belgium 2009. He'll be looking to have an even better year in 2016 and continue to help Force India progress through the pecking order. He'll partner alongside Argentine Franco Lopez, who was announced at USA to be leaving McLaren for the Silverstone-based team. This news also means that veteran Rodriguez will be leaving the team at the end of the season, with his name linked along with a few others to be driving for Williams in 2016. However, he will have competition for those 2 seats with 3 other drivers who are also interested in that seat, and they're also fighting for the second Red Bull seat alongside Amar Khan. These are current Red Bull driver Robert Ionescu, current Williams driver Roman Quagg, and current Toro Rosso driver Robert Hunter. Just like with Sauber, it'll be very interesting to see how this one unfolds next week. And finally, in other news, after much speculation and much doubt, it has been confirmed that Yuri will indeed return to hosting the top class and GP2 from 2017. There were doubts on whether Yuri will be back in time for 2017 due to him spending time in the Finnish military, where there may have been a chance that he may not have been home until July of next year, which would have seen him miss the start of the 2017 season. However, those doubts have now disappeared, and he will indeed resume his role as host in 2017, as he will be returning home for the military in December of this year, which is a month earlier than what he and everyone in the GP4OC community had anticipated. All we can say is welcome back Yuri for 2017, and we are looking forward to more great years under your realm. And that is it for this week's edition of the GP4OC news. Just 6 more seats are left to be announced, which include the remaining seat at Renault, the remaining seat at Sauber, the remaining seat at McLaren, and the main ones being the 2 seats at Williams and the remaining seat at Red Bull. Those seats will be announced at the Brazilian Grand Prix next week. Which 6 drivers will be announced and who will be left without a seat? Tune into the final practice session of the season next week.